started a homeschool preschool, so that's been fun. A little extra challenge, but it's been good. Hello. We have 2 minutes, and we're going to raid. Welcome me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you. Hi, this material girl. So we're having an artisan creative retreat on whatnot, and I like to use vintage items in my things, so there wasn't anything today. But I love doing little tart tin scenes with my little guys and stuff. So watch for that if you like vintage. So in a couple minutes, the train will be coming in. So I'm just trying to prep and get ready for when the train comes in. So yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate joining. I hope to join more. Thanks so much. So yeah, so we have 1 minute. Any other last minute questions? Hi, welcome in. Hi, Rivera Supply. Sorry, I just stretched while I was calling your name. How are you today? Thank you for coming to hang out with us at the Artisan Creative Retreat. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. A little nervous as usual. Whenever I have to do a show, it's like nerve-wracking, but we'll see how it goes. The guys are gonna be popping in a couple minutes, so I can hear them. Let me turn this down so I don't echo into myself. They're coming in. Hi, welcome in everyone. Hi Mary, thank you Melinda for raiding in. Hi Cat Mom of Three. Hi Jaywin, Cheryl, Tam. Happy Joy Joy. Joni J. Thank you guys for coming in. This is the Isidore stop of the Hi Mary of the Artisan Creative Retrain put together by Tam of Tam's Creative Journey. Thank you Tam for including me on this amazing train. I truly appreciate it. Um, so today I'm gonna be showing how to do chainmail jewelry because that's what I'm basically into. I love to do chainmail as well as beaded jewelry. You can probably see in the back all my beaded all my beaded jewelry, bracelets and stuff. But today we're just gonna do chainmail. Chainmail basically is weaving jump rings, like as you can see, together to form to do a work of art. It could be jewelry, it could be armor, it could be a bra, it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be a glove, but it's just the art of working with jump rings to make clothing or jewelry. The meal we're gonna do today is called the Helms weave or the parallel chainmail weave. So this is what it looks like basically. So this is like the basic parallel weave. It's called parallel because of the way that large rings, sit parallel to each other. So that's how we got the name. I made this into a bracelet. Um, but with this weave, you can do different kinds of things with it, like um, ec- like this earring, for example. You could put it together to form like a flower, And this is what we'll be showing today. This pattern of the parallel weave. So I made this earring the other day and I thought, it would be fun to probably do like a flower bracelet. So I'm gonna attempt that today while you guys follow me along while I do it. um, so I already started off with a bunch of units. So in chainmail, when you put a bunch of rings to form a single unit, it's called a unit. I don't know how else to describe it. So this will be considered a unit because you've put the rings together and it's like a single form. So you term this as a unit. And then when you weave multiple units together, you can then form, whether it's a bracelet or a necklace, or you could use the single unit to do like a charm or like an earring like I did over here. So and this also I noticed because I noticed it was like bunching up. So this could also act like a bead cap, which would be cool. So for example, if you had like a big bead like this, you could probably just put it on there. Let's try something before I start my weave. I don't have a silver, so I'm just gonna use this. So it could act like a cute bead cap for the bead, and this already makes an earring. Actually, let's do this also. Um, so you could put like another ring, um, sorry, another bead to kind of hold the cap so it doesn't keep flowing. And this makes a cute earring, actually. So I mean, our chainmail is so versatile. You could do so many things with it. There are different kinds of weaves you could make. There's the Byzantine weave. Let me see if I have something I could show real fast. Um, all right, I'll show them this. Okay. Yes, I know, Mary. It's mine too. So you could have like the classic Byzantine weave. This is what it looks like. But then you could do different things with the weave. You could do like a diamond. This is also Byzantine, but it's called a Byzantine diamond. Or you could do like a star where it has like 5 points instead of four. And then the most basic of chainmail would be um like a one-on-one ring, which would just be to weave one ring into another, or it could be two by two, where you have two rings going into two rings into two rings into two rings, or three by three, depending on what you're trying to do. Um, so today we're gonna be doing the parallel weave, which kind of starts off like a two by two, depending on how you want to weave it. I found that the two by two is a little cumbersome, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So we're using 20 gauge wire that has been formed into jump rings. The larger size rings are a 4.75 millimeter in a diameter, and that would be the inside. So that would be the diameter of the inside of the ring. While the smaller size rings are 2.75 inner diameter rings. Hi, Bailey. Hi, Gifty Gypsy. Welcome in, guys. Um, Three things to consider when doing chainmail. One is the size of the wire, which is the diameter of the wire. And for 20 gauge, no worries. Thank you for thinking about me, even if it's for a minute. So I was saying three things. The the gauge of the wire, which could be 20 gauge like I'm using today, or 18 gauge, 16, 22, 24 gauge. You need to consider the millimeter of the gauge. So for 20 gauge, it will be approximately 0.76 to 0.8 millimeter. So that would be like so this would be your wire, right? And let me see if I can get this on. And so the size of that wire is about 0.8, 0.7. So it kind of fluctuates. But this is a 0.8 millimeter wire. And another thing is the inner diameter, which is the inside diameter of the ring, and then the aspect ratio. So there's a lot of calculations that can. Oh, sure. So my big cap. So I was just showing, I'm gonna demonstrate how to make this unit. And I was saying you could also use it as a bead cap for your bead. And this could be like, yeah. I just discovered this today while I was making this. Because I did this and it bunched up. And I was like, ooh, I could use this as a bead cap. And voila. Okay, let me get back before I lose my train of thought. um, yeah, so you need to know the aspect ratio. Why you need to know the aspect ratio is, for example, if you wanted to do this with bigger rings, right? No problem, Bailey. See you later or talk to you later. Then you need to be able to calculate, the what the inner diameter would be for the bigger gauge or smaller gauge wire, which is why the aspect ratio is very important. And to do that, usually I might need paper and pen. Okay. Sorry, this is not a math class, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, but to calculate the aspect ratio, you need to know the inner diameter of the ring, and the wire diameter will give you the aspect ratio. So if you know the aspect ratio and you know the wire diameter, and you just need to find out what the inside s- size of the ring will be, you would just multiply the two to get that. If you know these two, you can just divide to get that. So this is like a basic chainmail calculation that you would use throughout when you're mailing. Um, all right, we'll just go straight into it. So, like I said, we're using a 20 gauge 4.75 and a 20 gauge 2.75 for an aspect ratio of about 5.8 6. Usually it's approximations. You just play around until you get what works for you. So if you notice, I laid out the rings that way. It's easy for me to pick up rings as I go. And I did this so I can get an idea of how many units I need to make. So each line depicts one unit. So I need about 12 large rings and about 8 small rings to make this unit. And I'm hoping I can make a bracelet with 6 of them. Fingers crossed. Thank you for the follow, guys. So first we'll start with closing out the small rings. Um, I mean, there are different ways you could do it. You could just work and close as you go. Um, but I like to close out rings that are not as functional. That way it's easier and faster to weave. So I'm just gonna close out, for each unit, the small rings. Sorry guys, I might go out of focus trying to. So and then you need to make sure you're closing the rings as close as possible. You don't want your ring to look like that. That's not good. So you need to close it. Mostly the way to tell if it's fully closed is you'll hear a click. That's good. Um, so I'll just go ahead and do that. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this bracelet, but I'll kind of try to get the idea across before my time is up. We'll be reading Randall Durr, I think. Yes, that's correct, Mary. I should have pre-closed this. Please flood the chat with emojis. That way people, can come in and ride the train with us. That kind of helps. I think they said it helps the algorithm. I don't know, Tam, can you explain? Can you please explain that? um, it's kind of difficult to weave on camera, but I'll try. I don't know if you heard that click, guys. Okay. So I have my 8 small rings closed. So what I'll do is I'm gonna pick up 2 small rings and then close that out. Do you just notice or do you have a pattern? I'm not sure I understand the question, Mary. 1 second. Okay. Now, so to get, is it a written pattern? Yes, yes. I did not invent this pattern. This pattern exists. It's called the parallel weave or Helms weave. Um, Helms. Sorry, let me see if I could put that down. Helms weave. Yes. And then this unit is just your flower unit using the Helms weave. So I didn't invent this weave. I wish I did, but I did not. So now we have a 2 by 2 um, ring. Next is we're gonna pass a single ring through. the middle of the two large rings and over the small rings, and it's like a repeated pattern. So what we're gonna do is, let me put this down. This is easier. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna put this down, and so I'm gonna do that. So you need to open this as large as you can. Is that way it's easier to weave through. And you just go in between the two large rings from bottom to top and over the small ring like that. And then you close the ring. And there it is. And then next you need two large rings. Hi Miss B. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I'll use this first ring to scoop two small rings. I mean, this is my idea of fast weaving. You could also do it this way, where you just use the one large ring and just go through the two small rings and then add the two small rings later. I prefer to do it this way because it's faster. I think it's faster. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you guys for coming in. So now I'm just gonna pass this through the two small rings on the top of the middle ring over there. And then I'll turn it over so I can make another parallel large ring through the two small rings. So I'm going to go through these two rings here and these two rings here. So while making sure that that center ring stays underneath. Okay, it's hard to do this while holding. And then through the two other rings, like so. And then you just keep repeating that pattern until you have like a pair of four small rings in line. So I'm going to take another large ring. Oh my god, I'm already 20 minutes in and my bracelet isn't done. And pass it in the middle and over the two small ones like that. I mean, is this clear? I mean, are you guys understanding it or no? I feel like it's kind of complicated. I don't know. Maybe I should have just done it two by two. Okay, good to know. And now we'll take another large ring, scoop two small rings, and pass it through the last two small rings like so, and then close out that ring. This is a little bent, so you need to be careful how you close so you don't bend the ring. And then you turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. So open up this large ring, go through those two, use your fingers to scoop the rings up and then pass the big ring through it like that. And then close. And now we have the inner ring, which goes all the way in. Sorry, makes the parallel like so, and then close it out. And then did I do too much? One, two, three. Okay, still in good standing. One, two, three, four, five, six. Maybe I just had too much rings. Like that. And then turn it over. And then scoop the last two rings. And then the last two rings like that. Close it in. I think I had some extra. So I need 12 and 8 of those. So I think I had two extra. And now you put the last of the middle rings. So you pass it from the bottom through the two large rings in the middle over the two small rings. And then you close that out. Can't see, 1 second while I try to close this out. So it's fully closed. Okay, so we're kind of done with the weave. Now the next step is to put them together to form this unit. So the way to do it is, so this is the last set. So we need to add this to this. So we need to open up these two rings and pass them through the two small rings over the single ring like that. So let me do that. So I'm just going to open up this two large rings. First, I'll do the first one. Um, Sometimes I use my finger as pliers. I don't know if that's best practice, but I do that sometimes. And then I just have that go over those two small ones So this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, I thought it was just me. And then you close that out. Make sure that's flush. And then you turn that around. You have that last one dangling over there. And then you open that up and put that down. And then try to weave it around. I need to put my phone on do not disturb. I'm getting a lot of notifications. So this is why it gets very tricky. This part. So I found that bending it, to get in like the shape of the big cap kind of helps it. And then you just try to force that ring out. But you need to be careful while doing that so that you don't open up all the other rings. One second, I might have to go off camera to do that. And just twist, twist, twist. Man, I don't know how they teach chainmail on camera. This is so hard. Okay, pull, pull. So now I can close it. I need to use this small. Hi, Daydreamer. Hi, Debbie. And then try to hold that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Lord. One second while I get this in. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous. This wasn't that hard. Hi. Thank you for coming. This wasn't hard when I tried to do it earlier today. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had to do it off camera. So you need to figure out a way to have that last string close. So it's closed right now. And there you go. You have one unit. So right now I have 3 of probably 6 units. Um, Let me see, maybe I have time to do one more, and then I'll show what I plan to do to link them together and all of that. So I'm just going to do one more unit. Thank you all for hanging in there with me. So I'm going to close this out. Closing that out. That out. So all eight are closed. Once again, open and pass through small rings through the large ring. Open faster this time. And then do the same with another large ring in a 2 by 2 weave. Oh, I forgot to mention tools you'll need. You'll need two sets of pliers and roll for measuring the length of your bracelet if that's what you're working on. And then if you have to do your closure like your clasp, you'll probably need that. I'm still debating if I'm going to make. Oh yes, okay, I can do that. um yeah, that's a tedious process, but I can show that next time. Good idea, Mary. Now I'm gonna use this to give me more something to hold on to, and then I'm gonna pass it through the middle over the two small rings from the bottom to the top, like so, and then close that out, and then scoop another two rings, pass it on the top of the middle ring right there through the two small rings, and then turn that over and do the same on the other side. One second. Like that. How's everyone doing today? Thanks, Tam. It's so hard to, have a conversation while doing this because I need to keep my eyes on the rings and opening and closing. So it's kind of hard to keep, you know, an eye on chat. I'm sorry, guys, please bear with me. So just do that. Oh my gosh. Mm. Oh, I keep losing track. That's why I keep. It looks like I always have more. Yes, that's true, Debbie. It's like it's so hard. I try to keep my eye on, so I have the camera um over me, and then I have another phone on the side, I logged in so that I can, once in a while try to see what chat's saying. Um, but it can be difficult. So that's done. Wait, am I missing something? Why does it always feel like I always have extra? One, two, three. Yeah, I feel like I have extra. Hmm. So I have that and that. Did I not do my calculations right? I'm not sure now. And then the last string. Yeah, I really give kudos to all the veteran mailers who do tutorials on YouTube. This is hard. And Tam, you do it so flawlessly. Like you're teaching and you're conversing. So I'm trying to see. I don't know why it looks like I have extra. Oh, I stole one from here, that's why. Okay, makes sense now. That's true. So this is the last string. I'm just going to pass that through. I think we have 20 minutes and then we're going to raid into, need to open this up. Randall door, if I'm correct. And that's done. Now we are going to attach those two together, the two ends. So the first is take one large ring, open that up. So you always open your rings like this, not like that. Not pull this way, but go this way. Otherwise, when you pull, you lose form, and you don't want that. Ay, ay, ay. Right, I'm gonna pass it through those two small rings like that. And now the last one. Sorry, I might have to do this off camera so I don't have to waste time. Um, there we have it. So one thing I like to do at the end is I try to find rings that have the closures in the top or closures that are visible, and I try to tuck those in so that way they don't get caught on something that could pull. So it's either that or I have to weld those closures close, and that's another, time consuming job. So I mean, it depends on what the customer wants. If the customer wants it more fine, then we go through that process of, welding or soldering the jump rings closed. Otherwise, what I do is just try to tuck them in. If I see anything like super visible, I try to tuck them in so they're not as visible. I mean, some of them might escape, but so like that one right there, I just use my pliers and just roll it inside. And then also I use my fingers to feel. Like if I feel like rough edges, then it means that there's something, visible, and I try to push it in. So now we have 4 units, and I'm gonna try to make them into a chain now. So what I was thinking was to incorporate what we call like the Mobius weave. So what that is intertwining two or three or four or five or six rings. But in this case, I'll be doing just two rings. So it's just basically like a one-on-one weave. But then I'm just gonna close this. 1 second. So I've got 16 minutes. Try to keep track of time. And then so it's like a one-on-one weave. And I just do that. So this by itself, in this form, 1 second, let me place it right. Excuse my nails, guys. So this by itself in this form is a flower unit, or what you call a Mobius unit. So when you put jump rings, or to hold them, so this is another simple unit. So what I was gonna do is have those in the middle like that, and then use jump rings to connect those two. Let me zoom in a little bit, maybe it's better. So use jump rings to connect those, like so. So I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna zoom out again. This is second. Hope you all are having a good time on the train. Please stay on the train. There's so many more amazing sellers coming up after me. We'll be raiding Randall in about 13 minutes, and there's so much more people, or creatives more like, throughout the rest of today. So please stay on the train, guys, and let's have fun and support. Um, there we go. So just like that. So if I had time, I would have made maybe two more. That would have completed. Thank you, Autumn. I didn't invent anything though. And then text this in. like that. There we go, like that. So I'm going to use smaller jump rings to attach these. 1 second. So the small rings over here are 2.75 20 gauge, but I'm going to try to use like a 2.5 inner diameter 20 gauge. So to give it like a tighter feel. The 2.75 might feel a little too loose, but maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. We'll see. I don't want it to be too tight, so I need to be careful about that as well. And then I just put that in like so, and use another one. Open that. So I'm going to do another 2 by 2, going through one of the middle ones, passing that through, and then passing those two large ones like that, and then close it. So that's what it looks like. So there's some, it's stiff, and then there's still some fluidity to it. Now attach the ring to those two, and then this middle ring, this center ring right here, could be any of those, but the one in the middle, and close it out. And then another one. Thank you guys for hanging out and staying on the train. I truly appreciate you all for being here, for supporting the handmade. Thank you so much, Tam, for putting this together. I've I've been enjoying myself since yesterday, watching all the amazing creatives on whatnot. The artists, the crochet people. Sorry if I say people. But all you amazing people. There you go. So something like that. Ooh, that looks good. Time to stand, not now, guys. I, and just keep going. So this is what it will look like. Let me see if I can attach all four before we need to leave. So once again, truly it's been such a pleasure to watch everyone. That was the whole idea, Autumn. The original design I saw asked for like a 18 gauge, so that would have made it thicker and definitely wider. Which is why, like I mentioned in the beginning, the aspect ratio is very important, because then you can calculate, how far or how small you want to go or how big you want to go if you're changing things up. So that original design was like an 18 gauge, and that was huge. That was big. I like my bracelets. I mean, sometimes I like them chunky. So this will be chunky for me. Like that. Hi, Randall. We'll be coming over soon. In 8 minutes, we'll be coming to hang out with you. And you could also use this as a charm. You could just have that like right there, and then sorry, have like your gemstone beads around it. That would look really pretty also. So you could have like sorry, let me do this. Something like that. And then you just have this like in the middle. What do you all think? That'll look nice, I think. Alright, let's keep going. Did I just throw my unit away? Sorry, it went out of focus. There we go. Yeah, this is therapy for me. So when I'm mad or not in a very good mood, I just come in and start mailing. It's so much harder because, having to do it on camera, I have to be thinking about, staying on focus so that you guys get to see what I'm doing. So that kind of takes some time without realizing. I have to pause to explain too. So there we go. So this is from the 4 units that I had made. Typically, let's see, I'm a size 7. Well, so I need another 4. I need another 4 to get to 7. So all of this work is only 3.5. So I need another 4 sets to get to 7. Oh gosh. And then you can close this out by, you know, adding a jump ring and then a lobster clasp on the other side. Or you could make your own clasp. I haven't done one. Let's see. So you could make something like this. And obviously in silver, and attach that, and then have open ring on the other end. Yeah, this was my first attempt, and I thought it doesn't look bad. Maybe my next show, I think I have a show on Thursday. I don't know if it's scheduled, but I'll schedule that. I'll probably show how to make the shepherd hook clasp. So, do you guys have any question, guys? So this is what we've done today. This is called your flower bracelet. Utilizing the Helms weave and the Mobius weave. Thank you, Debbie. Um, and that you could also make in like an earring, and this can also serve as a bead cap as well. Okay, just put that over there. And the typical hem sleeve looks just like this. For those of that just joining us, so this is what the weave looks like primarily. So this is your parallel or hem sleeve. Thank you, Tam, and thank you for having me, guys. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for who sat through this demo. I hope I was able to impact tiny bit of knowledge about chainmail. Um, I love it so much. So, this is called a helm sleeve, yes, but in a flower pattern. So typically, this is a helm sleeve and parallel weave, and I just did a flower pattern for a bracelet. All right, thank you all for joining. Let's go see Randall. I think she's already, in her show. Let's go right into Randall. Please stay on the train, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, Tam, for putting this together. I look forward to the next one. Stay on the train, everyone. Love you all. Let's go see Randall. And please bookmark my next shows. I'm gonna try to load up the my show on Thursday. And then I could show how to make this and probably how to do the jump rings. Bye, guys. See you next time. Where's that read? There we go. Read. We're reading Randall. There she is. Bye, guys. Love you all.